Welcome to the 10th episode of the PluginIndia Show. I'm Amit and this is Rafi.
Hi guys.
Rafi, how are you
Hey Amit.
doing?
Amit, I'm doing well. I'm safe because I'm at home.
Same here, and so am I, staying at home. And just to let you guys all know that this and all the previous episodes of PluginIndia Show are brought to you by our amazing Patreon members and YouTube channel members. By supporting us, you make sure that we give you EV analysis, which is absolutely neutral.
By also becoming members, what you're doing is you're gaining access to our Discord server where you can directly interact with the Plugin India team members, even at times while a shoot is going on. And that's a much better way to stay in touch with what's happening in the EV industry.
So, Rafi, it's been a month that we've all been sitting at home due to the pandemic, and we are seeing positive outcome in the Indian cities about for it. And you know that people are enjoying the fresh air in the cities and also the blue skies instead of the whitish gray sky. So, Rafi, people are also enjoying the snow-capped mountains. Have you? I mean, which is also, not visible before, but now visible from like cities in Jalandhar, in Punjab. And also, Delhi is recorded the lowest level of PM 2.5.
That's true, Amit. And all of this is because that the dirty ICE vehicles are now off the roads. And nature
So,
has finally got a chance to show us what it actually could be like, what the possibility is like if there is no pollution.
so Rafi, we do have positive proof it right in front of our eyes. We have a clear blue Mumbai sky, and that's because of fewer ICE vehicles.
Yes, and this is something that should get us all motivated. And this is proof positive that we should all get rid of the dirty ICE polluting vehicles and shift to electric, go electric.
IQAir, a Swiss-based air quality technology company, compared the fine particulate matter known as PM 2.5 during and before the pandemic in 10 major cities, including cities in India. And they have found that the lockdowns have led to an unprecedented fall in air pollution.
That's right. And do note that the particulate matter, which causes air pollution, is emitted by diesel and petrol cars, scooters, and buses and other vehicles.
So, Rafi, here is some shocking information for New Delhi. They recorded a 60% fall of PM 2.5 from 2019 levels. I wonder why this is happening.
Amit, the
Okay.
explanation is very simple. Most of the cities around the world, including those in India, have been in a lockdown state. And we can see that by the industries closing down and also all these internal combustion engine vehicles, which have not been
Yes.
on the roads, and a few weeks of
Mhm.
not spewing harmful emissions into our atmospheres, nature has bounced back and there has been a revival.
Rafi, I have a picture I want to
Okay.
show you right now, which has come from Professor Soumya from Dehradun. And if you look at this picture, it shows that the PM 2.5 in 2019 was much higher than compared to the PM 2.5 today in during this pandemic in 2020. And you would know that we are finally breathing. We have clean air around us, and the whole planet is actually breathing now.
So, our very own Captain Sanjay, a multiple electric car owner, has sent us these pics. He stays in Gurgaon, and Gurgaon is a place which enjoys bad air quality most of the year. And he shared some pics of his 2.5 particulate matter measuring instrument. And Gurgaon recorded incredible numbers. Like one day he got 18, another day 19. And we asked him what the usual numbers were in Gurgaon at this time of the year. And he said it was 250, which was absolutely incredible.
So, Rafe, as you can see, we've been getting a lot of messages from our EV community and especially from the Delhi EV community, which is very happy to see clean air in their city. This is happening all over India. Consider this photo from Atulji, who sent photos of a rainy Pune summer weather in March, which was common in the 1970s and 80s.
Amazing. What all of this shows us is that the pollution is majorly caused by ICE vehicles, internal combustion engine vehicles, and industry. Well, our grid is continuing to generate power. Granted that it's at a little bit of a lower level because many of the industry is shut down. However, the consensus is that this pollution that we are suffering from is majorly caused by internal combustion engine vehicles, and we have to do something to get rid of this dirty oil habit.
So, Rafa, as you can see, nature has given us a glimpse of how it will feel when we actually phase out all the ICE vehicles and we move into completely electric vehicles everywhere in the world. And you know what? You can make the change today. Get rid of your polluting vehicles and move towards electric vehicles completely. So, our second news item is about a UK based research company, which is called Faradion, who have created sodium ion cell technology, which is an alternative to the lithium ion cell technology. They said they are also actively exploring setting up a research and manufacturing presence in India also. The company released a statement recently where it said India is one of the largest markets for mobile devices across the world. Recently, the country has also demonstrated significant progress in the adoption of EV, electric vehicle technology, making it a priority market for Faradion. In line with this, Faradion is actively exploring manufacturing presence in India for its sodium ion batteries for diversified applications.
This is exciting news, Amit. A brand new battery chemistry. Wow. And the sodium ion cell apparently uses only aluminum and sodium, both of which are abundantly found in India.
Yep.
Also, the sodium ion batteries can be discharged to 0 volts without damaging the battery. This means transporting the batteries is safer and cheaper as compared to lithium ion ones. Well, the lithium ion plants and the equipment can also be used for manufacturing of sodium ion batteries, and thus this will achieve a much faster time to market. Sodium ion is also resilient and can operate over a wider range of temperatures, minus 30 to 60 degrees Celsius, whereas the lithium ion batteries operate between minus 25 to 40 degrees Celsius. This makes sodium ion more suitable for Indian conditions.
Rafi, I feel there must be some drawback to this.
Yes, Amit, the energy density as of now is quite low. It's 150 watt hours per kilogram as compared to 220 watt hours per kilogram of lithium ion, but but it is much better than lead acid batteries at 40 watt hours per kilogram.
Definitely, I also see so. There should be some applications to that and maybe replace the lead acid battery, as you just said, in smaller EVs, maybe.
So yes, Amit, there is a lot of promise, and if we get a sodium ion manufacturing facility by 2021, then by 2023, say, we can start phasing out and replacing all the lead acid batteries with sodium ion batteries. And our entire fleet of e-rickshaws and other EVs which use lead acid today will then be able to transfer over to sodium ion at least. Mainly the e-scooters in the market, the cheaper variants are all lead acid right now, and they can transfer over to sodium ion.
That's amazing news and it's very, very interesting. And we wish the team at Faradion all the best and we look forward to seeing them in India soon. Our third news item is coming from the Society of Manufacturers of Electric Vehicles. They have released the sales of electric vehicles in the financial year 2019-20. There were sales of 156,000 units of EVs in India. More than 90% of these EV sales were two-wheelers. 152,000 of the total sales with the car and bus sales hitting 3,400 and 600 respectively.
This is great news, Amit. It's a huge moment for the Indian electric scooter industry. Another point to consider is that most of these 1.5 lakh two-wheelers are low-speed vehicles. And having said that, I feel that FAME too should support the low-speed scooters because they're the ones which are actually driving growth in the industry, which are pushing this segment forward.
So, Rafe, I completely agree. It's a point to consider. Maybe the FAME 2 scheme needs to be relooked upon once more.
That's true, Amit. Also, do note that the huge ICE vehicle manufacturers, the big companies like Hero Motocorp, Bajaj Motors, TVS Motors, Honda, Yamaha, Vespa, absolutely do not care about producing electric vehicles. And imagine if these dinosaurs had actually gone ahead, become progressive, and launched product in the market, how big the growth could have been. So the people would have had so much more options, so much more to choose from, and they would have adopted electric vehicles so much better.
So, Rafa, if all these six dinosaurs would have launched their electric scooters or motorcycles in 2018, what do you think the number of two-wheeler EV sales would have been today?
Amit, definitely it would have been much larger than 1.5 lakhs. I mean, six of them producing maybe 20,000 a year for 3 years would have been a big
Yeah.
number. And
Yes.
these brands enjoy a huge huge brand loyalty. And even saying 20,000 a year is very pessimistic. I think more would have sold. And imagine a Honda Activa, which was available in electric variant, it would have done really very well. So I'm saying on a pessimistic side, maybe 5 lakh more two wheelers on our roads and significantly less more pollution reduction in our cities. All of this is not happening because these huge ICE companies are playing games with the Indian customers, and they are adding more dangerous pollution scooters to our roads.
So let me remind you of these six big dinosaurs and who they are. They are the Hero Motorcorp, the Bajaj motorcycles, the TVS Motors, Yamaha, and Vespa, and the Honda. So if you know anyone working in these big six dinosaur companies, please tell them that the Indian consumers are not naive. We can easily see your delaying tactics of not adopting and launching electric vehicles in the market. And please let them know that this is not acceptable.
Indeed. And finally, I want to say this. I want to take this opportunity, Amit, and give a shout
Yes.
out to all our Indian EV startups like Ather Energy, Revolt, Pure EV, Hero Electric, Okinawa, Ampere Vehicles. And we salute the vision and they salute the effort of all of these Indian electric vehicle startups. And they are
Yes.
making a difference to our cities.
Toyota is testing a hydrogen fuel cell electric car in India. Even as the entire industry is moving towards all electric transmission, Toyota remains adamant about hydrogen cars. They either don't want to switch or don't have the requisite expertise. That's what happens when you spend 20 years pushing hybrid technologies because it makes you money instead of researching other alternatives. At any rate, it's clear that Toyota doesn't care about zero emission transport. As long as the Prius and other ICE cars keep making moolah, Toyota will keep selling them. This hydrogen business is just a clever smokescreen to make it look like Toyota cares about the environment. Face it, Toyota, the Prius and other hybrids belong to the past, just like ICE cars. And as for hydrogen, that's never going to happen. Either join the EV race this decade or get ready to be pulverized by your competitors in the near future. Fiat Chrysler may launch a Jeep-style electric SUV in India. Fiat doesn't even want to sell its one bona fide EV, the Fiat 500e. In fact, Fiat Chrysler CEO literally begged consumers to not buy the car because it was losing the company money. We're not making that up. Look it up online. You know what? If Fiat does bring a Jeep EV to India, I'll eat one of my hats. It'll probably go down easier than swallowing Fiat's tall tales. Made in India electric car from Hyundai to take on the Maruti Wagoner EV. So, where is the Maruti Wagoner EV? Wasn't it supposed to launch in 2020? I guess the coronavirus has given Maruti an excellent reason to show it doesn't care tuppence about electric vehicles. As for Hyundai, it hasn't even announced any new electric car for India yet. Rush Lane is basically comparing one hypothetical EV with another hypothetical EV and calling it news. Quality journalism, guys. Vespa Electrica to arrive in India by June as a completely built-up unit. Vespa has been showcasing the Vespa Electrica since 2018 at multiple auto expos. Now, even though we have a supposedly firm date, we are willing to bet that Vespa, like other ICE manufacturers, will only produce a limited number of models and put caps on orders. That way, if they sell only a few vehicles, they can claim EVs are not in demand in India. And if they sell a good number of vehicles, they can brag how environmentally friendly they are. It's a win-win situation for the company, but ultimately it's the earth that loses out.
Thank you, Abhishek, for some awesome EV gossip that you gave us. Rafe, I have a question for you. What can you say about sites like Gadiwadi and Rushlane, etc.? We've been seeing a lot of fake EV news which been coming from these ICE-centric auto websites. Why is that?
Well, Amit, I think it's mainly because they realize that there's a huge demand for electric vehicle news, and people want to know what's going on, what are the new models in the
Yeah.
market, what the specifications are. And these websites have realized that, and they're just trying to fill in the gap with a bit of speculation, a little bit of rumor. And that's their game, basically. Views generate money. and that's what they want. So they're just putting up stuff.
Toyota's hydrogen fetish is so annoying, and Toyota is one of the world's best car manufacturers. Yet they're not getting into the pure electric cars, but distracting people with their hydrogen technology. They are playing a big game. They're confusing people with their hydrogen cars, even though they are aware that electric vehicles have already taken off globally. All they want to do is sell their ICE cars and delay the EV revolution.
Multiple automakers have been doing this. They have been playing the hydrogen game and distracting people from EVs. This has been happening over the last 2 decades. And consider this, Daimler Mercedes Benz is ending their hydrogen car development because they have found it to be too costly. Let me quote, Daimler research head Marcus Schaefer has said the following: fuel cells have a cost issue, and it's all about scaling. We need volume. Also, Automotive News reported the following: hydrogen fuel cell cars are at least twice as expensive to build as the equivalent battery powered car in the manufacturing. As a result, sales prices are not reflective of the cost. Guys, it's not just Daimler. In November this year, Honda, a very long time proponent of hydrogen fuel cell cars, has given up on hydrogen fuel cell development. Volkswagen published its position on hydrogen fuel cells last month and produced this graphic. Let's take a look at the graphic. You can see that it clearly shows hydrogen fuel cells are too expensive and less efficient. Volkswagen concluded by saying, everything speaks in favor of the battery and practically nothing speaks in favor of hydrogen.
But Rafi, these same car manufacturers and paid mainstream media have been telling us that hydrogen technology is the future of cars. So what is going on?
What is going on is that these automakers were very well aware that hydrogen is inefficient as compared to electric vehicles. But they have continued to push on hydrogen because that allowed them to delay the onset of electric cars in the mainstream. However, now that companies like Tesla have kicked their butt, many of them like Daimler, Volkswagen, Honda, they realize that they just can't keep on playing games anymore. And they have accelerated their EV programs. Ultimately, Toyota is also doing the exact same thing by playing the hydrogen game. And we wouldn't be very much surprised if very big anti-electric vehicle companies like Maruti in India also start playing the hydrogen card.
The best case hydrogen fuel cell doesn't win against the current case batteries. So then obviously it doesn't make sense.
So Elon Musk was right. He called fuel cells the fool cells. This is to show that how these companies were actually making a fool out of us by playing the whole hydrogen game. Toyota, take your shady hydrogen games elsewhere. India cannot afford to waste any more time. We need to go electric right now. Moving on to our EV World Twitter section. The first tweet is from Okinawa Scooters and it says, "This worrying about how to maintain your e-scooter during the lockdown? Here are some instructions to follow to keep your vehicle ready to go after lockdown." And they have shared some important tips on how to take care of your Okinawa scooter.
This is really good. It talks about all the components, the MCB, the batteries, and the vehicle itself. And this is applicable to other e-scooters as well. In fact, I would say to any electric equipment which has a battery on board.
Right.
So good job, Okinawa.
So the next tweet is from Hero Electric and it says, "No matter what the situation is, your electric vehicle will always be useful to you. Delighted to see our next scooter being used for grocery supply in Chikmagalur in Karnataka. Keep the hero spirit alive."
This scooter is really value for money, Amit. I mean, I've been admiring this scooter since the day it was launched, and they have loaded every available nook with some of the other goods. This is what it was designed for, combined with the extremely low running cost. This is a killer combination. So Hero Electric has really designed this to be a B2B solution. They are doing a lot of sales and many delivery services are picking it up. This is an ultimate ideal solution for delivery people.
The next tweet is from a media company called Your Story, and the tweet says, "Yulu is rolling out delivery service of everyday essentials for companies such as Big Basket, Delicious, Dunzo, MedLife, Lala Move, and Autobricks."
Yulu is a last mile mobility solution provider operating mainly in Delhi, Bengaluru, Mumbai, Pune, and Ahmedabad. And during this lockdown, their vehicles are not in use because people are not traveling last mile. So what they've done is they have come up with an ideal solution. They have partnered with delivery service providers, and they are using these last mile mobility solutions for providing deliveries to customers' houses. So that's a wonderful twist, and how they have come out of a tough situation and turned it to their advantage.
So moving on to the section where we showcase your pictures and videos that you have shared with us on our Plug in India show and in the I Have the Power section. The first one is coming from Bernard. He's from Bengaluru and he has just received his electric scooter in March, and he shared some awesome pictures with us. The first picture that you're going to see is a close up, and that thing looks like a real black beauty. And the second one, you see that the Chetak is being blessed. And the third picture that you're going to see now is the beautiful landscape behind the black Chetak just adds a little touch there.
That's very nice to see. Bernard, we're very happy that you received this new avatar of an old favorite, and it brings back memories of Chetak driving days, the ICE days, but now we've come, of course, to electric scooters, and this is a fantastic transition. Tell us a little bit about your usage experience also, Bernard, if you can, in the comments below, and let us know what's happened in this 1 month since you've been using it. We have Mr. Prakash Bharti with a photo from us all the way from Dubai of an electric JCB. Now, JCB is a British multinational company which manufactures heavy construction equipment, and what they have here is something that can work indoors, it can work underground and close to people in urban areas with a minimum of noise and air pollution. So that's the advantage of being electric. It has a 15 kilowatt hour battery pack. The company said that once it's fully charged, it can be ready to put in a full normal day's work on the building site, digging with the same speed and power as its diesel counterpart, which is awesome. So this is a complete replacement for a diesel hog technology. And the product will be sold by the end of 2020 globally. We hope JCB India gets the priority to use this. So one funny thing to note is that JCB has become a generic term. It's like Cadbury's for chocolates, or Jeep for open convertibles, or Xerox for photocopiers. So here we have an electric JCB. That's a very inspiring picture. Thanks, Prakash, for sending it to us. We have with us the next contribution from Mr. Samiran De from Panipat. And Samiran actually took his E2O from Panipat to Delhi by charging on the way at BHEL, and he shared his experience about the charging facility, and he's also shared a little bit about his experience at the Auto Expo. So check out the link to his video in the comments below. And you guys, thanks Samiran for your share. So we have Mr. Satish Reddy from Pune, and he happened to see a Dexpress electric vehicle delivering goods in his neighborhood, and he has shared the image with us. He says that he saw this sweet electric delivery scooter delivering groceries to apartments. Looks like they have a tie-up with Big Basket for delivery of small items. Thanks, Satish, for your share. We look forward to seeing more of such things in the future. So we have the next share from Neetu Shah from Pune, and she has a picture of a Mahindra E2O and an E2O Plus during the lockdown period. Let's see what she has to say. She says, I saw 2 electric cars near a grocery shop in Baner with less pollution vehicles around. We are seeing blue skies every day. There's another example. Thanks, Neetu, for sharing. And please go ahead and share more such examples if you can. So our next share is from Mr. Akhil Krishnan, who is a Hyundai owner in Bengaluru. This is what he says. Guess I will be the last person to use this charge point set up by Mahindra Reva back in 2013 at the Bengaluru airport. Today is the last day of the charging facility and it will be dismantled. Spoke to the airport facilities manager and the project people. They have plans to put regular AC charging in industrial sockets in the new parking areas, but not a very big priority as they are busy building other critical infrastructure. Mahindra has not been maintaining them. Sad to see these points go. Was a savior for many of us E2O users going to Bengaluru airport. And these are the pictures, and these points were put up all around Bengaluru as far as I remember, while Chetan Maini was in charge of the company Mahindra Reva, and they had about 100 charge points all over Bengaluru which the company was maintaining. But now under new leadership, Mahindra Electric does not seem to have a focus on electric vehicle charging equipment or charge points at all. So these points have been left in disrepair. They are not being maintained, and the Bengaluru E2O Reva community is very sad to now see this last point go. Thanks, Akhil, for the nostalgic photo. Please keep sharing more good EV community news. as you can, guys. Thank you. So viewers, if you have experiences of your own which you would share with the greater EV community, do send us photos or videos to support@pluginindia.com, and we'll be sure to feature them in the I Have the Power section. And for our final section, let's take a look at the community charge points all over India. These are the charge points that community members like yourselves have added to our Recharge India app. And here is the latest update on where they are and what they're all about. We have a community charge point by a company called OnePlug. Now, OnePlug is a company that manufactures EVSEs. It started by a very dynamic individual, Mr. Manish. And Manish has set up 2 locations in Delhi and added the locations in our Recharge India app. So both these locations are in the Shadara area of Delhi. The first area has 50 charge points and the second one has 85 charge points. These are open. Mainly they are used by e-rickshaws, but they are open to all EV owners. If you happen to own an EV, you're most welcome to come here and charge. You'll experience a large-scale electric vehicle charging point installation, which is very heartening to see. Thanks, Manish, for doing this. The locations are in the Recharge India app if you guys want to go and check it out. And of course, if you have more locations that you want to share with us, please send them over to our email ID given in the description below, and we'll definitely add your charge points to the app. So if you have a business and you would like to register your charge point on our app, please write to the email address given in the description below, and we'll certainly add you and feature you in our electric vehicle community charge point watch. So guys, with that, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching all of this. We'd like to say that Amit wasn't there for the last part of the show. It's because his internet went down and he wasn't able to connect with us again. So this is what's happening during the lockdown period. We're working remotely, and well, I've been using my electric vehicle because I needed to go to the hospital twice a week. So at least it's charging twice a week. But what about you guys? Have you been using electric vehicles during the week? And if you have not, which most of us aren't, how have you been taking care of it? If you have had any issues or if you have had any high points that you would like to mention and share with the other electric vehicle enthusiasts as well, please go ahead and write in the comments below. Let us know what's going on. We have a very frequent comment from most of you about Hindi videos, and we love to cater to that. We have been doing Hindi videos earlier, but it's an entire another video, and so that doubles the production time, and we haven't had the bandwidth to be able to address the Hindi community. So we're very sorry for that, and we'll try and make up in the future. As we have more budget, we will definitely try to add another language to our shows, and we hope that you are able to follow a little bit with subtitles that we are giving with these shows as well. Once again, we'd like to thank you very much, our YouTube channel members and our Patreon members who are providing us with the financial backing that we need to keep this series going. Please give us your suggestions about what you like about this show and what you like about our shows in general. And thank you very much for watching. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you again next time.